Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and we've got another invitation of the 9 to discuss. Now, this week we've got the one called Strength, and basically the flavor text says, and to you. So your strike that you're going to want to complete is the Garden World. I would advise actually probably doing that first, just to see how much of this you actually knock out. Some of it you may get done beforehand. Hive, if you do that in the strike, it's just pure luck of what you see in the Infinite Forest. But for me, the struggle was we're on Mercury. You typically just have Cabal and Vex. Hive is basically nowhere to be found, except, thanks to all the people who replied to me on Twitter that I just smooth forgot, there's an adventure that helps with this. Also, Cabal doesn't come up that often, and basically there's going to be a lot of people doing this as well, so the Cabal are going to get cannibalized pretty quickly by all the people running around, shooting them probably quicker than you can. So my advice when it comes to doing Cabal, if you're having any struggles with those, and definitely Hive, is going to be your adventures. So, standard adventures, I did Bug in the system, and this is going to be the one where you withstand basically an onslaught of Hive. I basically barely got my 9 just before the adventure ended, so if you get to that point, you may have to either wait a day, or maybe run the Heroic, something like that might give you another option, but definitely make sure you try and do this one by yourself. If you're going in with other people, you may just not get them all. I don't know if you're playing with other people, if it actually counts the samples for you and them. It may. Sometimes I feel like it does, sometimes I don't know. But I can definitely say this is the only place to find Hive. And sadly, I even went to Titan, which I know worked last week. I went to Cabal for the EDZ, and I finished it up there. I could not get anything to drop on Titan, and it's full of Hive. So this is apparently what you're going to have to do. So that's one thing. And then here you've got the runner. It's where the big Cabal giant guy is kind of running along through the different corridors and different angles and stuff that you've got to follow him through. And this is one where you should have a decent amount of Cabal to fight as well. The Lost Sector on this planet, if you're just, struggling with Vex, which usually are pretty apparent, but if not, the Lost Sector is going to be basically Vex across the board. So that is my advice. If you have any issues with Vex, go to Pariah's Refuge down here. This one should get you what you need. But if you do the Garden World Strike, you're probably going to see all the Vex that you need. That's why I'd probably say do the Strike first for a change, and then see what is lacking and go from there. So once you have all of those pieces done, we're going to see what comes next. I'm going to go do this adventure here called The Runner for the Cabal, and then once we get done with this, we're going to see what the lore is for the week. So I'll see you guys in the next part. Alright, we are getting ready to go to the Mystery and Potential through the Gambit directory, and again, just my advice when you guys are doing any of those pieces beforehand for the samples, make sure that you are working those adventures. Those definitely helped me out quite a bit. Both the Hive and Cabal one kind of cross those off the box for sure. But do the strike first. You never quite know what you're going to hit there. Vex is probably going to be pretty easy if you do the strike first. So, let's see what we got.
What does it want? Power. Like you. No one is like him. We don't understand. He has agency like you wouldn't believe. He can leave this place. This place? We can leave this place. Think bigger. He can leave this game. We don't understand. Then I'm afraid it's impossible to explain.
Alright, so he can leave this plane, he can leave this game. If they're talking about us, that's actually kind of meta. Talking about us as game players, that's kind of weird. But yeah, I don't really know what to make of that. It's really short and really brief. Maybe the lore tab this week would be a thing, but it's literally, it's called Strength, and then was what it was called and said, and to you. So I don't know if it's literally referencing the game players ourselves. That'd be kind of interesting. So that is basically where we'll wrap this thing up for you guys. Hopefully you are enjoying this series. I'm just kind of putting it out, so if you do ever miss it or kind of just want to watch it all together in segments, I just wanted to put this out there for everybody. So thank you guys for tuning in. This one was really short and sweet. Hope that at least the tips for the adventures helped you guys out. Enjoy the videos. You guys can find me on Twitch, on Twitter. It's Ebontis on both, but right here on YouTube. If you enjoyed the content, hit the like button, drop a comment if you just want to say hello, and if you haven't subbed yet, please do so. Definitely helps the channel out. Have a good one. I'll see you soon. Enjoy your weekend.